Welcome back to another episode of Mr. Mysteries in Black and White with your two hosts, myself, Ed, and my main man, Josh.
How we doing?
Like how we start every other podcast, well, actual main podcast. Josh, how you been, mate?
Yeah.
In the 2 days I haven't seen you.
Yeah. Oh, gutted. Fucking gutted. Absolutely gutted.
If you don't know, Josh is a massive United fan and I'm an Arsenal fan. And yesterday, Arsenal played United at Emirates. Fucking 3-1. Get in. Have that.
Gutted. Like I was saying to you on the way here, that feels worse than when we lost 7-0 to Liverpool. It's because we were so close to fucking winning it.
Nah, mate. Arsenal would have pulled it back somewhere,
Fucking gutted.
Ah, well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, it's part and parcel of football.
But
no, how you been?
Yeah, all right. Now a year older.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking coffin dodger.
Yeah, I know. I fucking feel it, mate. Fuck off. You've only got like a week and a half or so.
Yeah, but I'm not yet.
Yeah.
So I'm taking advantage.
Yeah. Fucking nappy changer. So this comes out today. Actually, we're recording it in the morning.
Yeah.
So yesterday, it was my 28th birthday. So yeah,
wish him a happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm an old fuck now. So.
I'll soon be with you, brother. I'll soon be with you.
Fucking love life. In 2 years, I'm going to be 30. Like, what do you mean? What do you
that
mean?
Is gut-wrenching.
It really is. It fucking really is. I need to sort my life out. But yeah, no, apart from that, I'm all right. Like, so I've got a week off, so I'm buzzing.
Happy days.
Man, I need a fucking rest. But
you couldn't have timed it better as well because the weather's getting typical, isn't it? Now we hit September, the weather's decided to get like it's fucking August.
Yeah, I know.
Piss take.
That's what I mean. But this week, it might be interesting for us, you know what I mean? Because of having the week off. You just don't know. We might pull some things out. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I feel like we've got to now, ain't we?
Yeah, kind of have to, yeah.
We've got to do something now. But, oh well. Yeah, as you see from the title, today we are talking about Hindu mythology.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've been watching them, like this series, we're just covering all sorts of mythologies. And this first part is Asian mythology.
Yep.
So with that, we are talking about, we've done Chinese, we've done the Philippines, we've done Buddhist. Yeah, they're the only three at the minute. Yeah, so we've done them three, and today we're doing Hindu, and next week
will be the finale of the Asian section.
Yeah, and we'll tell you about that at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to watch now and see what it is.
Yeah.
No, I think Hindu mythology is quite well known.
Yeah.
It's very well known.
Yeah.
I remember learning about it at primary school even.
Yeah, same.
And which was a bit weird because it was a Church of England school, but we learned about Hindu. I think we learned about all sorts, but yeah.
But that one, for some reason, sticks to mind.
And I think that is because of one lad. But we'll get into...
The Dom.
Yeah, we'll get into him later on.
Yeah.
So, Josh.
Yep.
How about you kick us off?
Okay. So, like we normally do with the majority of these, we're not going to go full in depth because we'll be here all day. Well, we'll be here all year, let's be honest. But give you a brief summary of Hindu mythology, and if it's something that catches your attention, feel free to explore all the avenues yourself.
Exactly.
So, around 1700 BC, peoples of the area to the northwest of India began migrating to India, called Aryans and Indo-Europeans. Mm-hmm. They brought a mythic tradition that became the basis of an early form of Hinduism. Over the years, the Aryans mingled with the peoples and cultures of the Indian subcontinent. The mythology grew increasingly complex. Hindu mythology is populated by an enormous cast of deities, demons, demigods, humans, and animals. Some had a central role in one era, but remain in the background in later periods, while others have risen from obscurity to the prominence. The attributes and histories of many mythological characters have changed considerably over many centuries that Hinduism has existed. So, like I said, I'm not going to go full into detail, but I will mention almost like the Hindu Holy Trinity, I'll say. So, like I said, there's 3 characters. The first one is Brahma. The creator of life on earth is one of the Trimurti, the 3 gods at the centre of the Hindu pantheon. In early Vedic
text.
In early Vedic texts, the creator god was Prajapati. I think I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I fucked that. But over time, Brahma...
It's going to be one of them days.
Yeah. But over time, Brahma took the older god's place in many myths about the creation of the universe. Vishnu, the second member of the Trimurti, which is the one that I remember, like, I can't remember anything about him, but that's the one that rings a bell when I think back to primary school being taught, is the preserver or protector of life. His attributes are mercy and goodness. Some Hindus regard Vishnu as the supreme being and Brahma and Shiva as aspects of him. Oh, I do mention...
You do mention Shiva.
Yeah.
Right.
Shiva descended, but not a lot. It's literally just a brief summary. So, Shiva descended from the old Vedic storm god Rudra. Is the 3rd member of the Trimurti. He is the avenging and destroying god, but his destructions allow new creation to begin. Sometimes Shiva is portrayed as a dancer who directs the movements of the universe. Mm-hmm. Devi, or Devi, or Devi, or however you say it, the goddess, is one of the most ancient deities of the pantheon. Under her name are grouped various female deities who represent different aspects of Devi. Among them are Parvati, which that does ring a bell as well, the wife of Shiva, Durga, the warrior goddess and fighter of demons, and the even more ferocious Kali, the Dark One, who also fights demons but sometimes becomes intoxicated with blood and destruction. Right. Now, it does... I've got written down here a certain character that you were going to mention, so I'm not going to mention him.
Oh, yeah.
So, just give me 2 secs so I can find out where I can start talking from again. I think here. So we next have Vedic. Vedic hymns suggest that Indra replaced Vara. Who's Indra? Where's she come from? Or he? Right, I got this off a website and it is bare confusing because it's literally just... It's gone from one Donny and just completely thrown into another Donny. But it don't introduce that Donny. I'll just read what it says, fuck it. If it don't make sense, don't blame me, blame the website I got it from. Vedic hymns suggest that Indra replaced Varuna, the guardian of justice and order, as the king of the gods. As the mythology of Hinduism developed, however, Indra in turn moved to secondary status below the Trimurti. Krishna is one of the incarnations or avatars of Vishnu. Incarnations, or avatars of Vishnu. He appears in the... Oh my fucking god. Mahabharata.
Yeah.
Oh, bang that. Big up Mahabharata.
You're nearly as good as me, man.
And the Puranas. Many stories about him focus on his prankish, playful nature and on his many love affairs. You dirty duck. And then last, we have Manu, sometimes described as a son of Brahma, is both a god and the first man ancestor of the human race. Mm-hmm. According to one myth, a small fish warns Manu that the earth will be destroyed by a great flood. Manu takes care of the fish. Wait, hold the bus. A fish warns you that there's going to be a great flood. And then he's like, I will protect you, fish. The fish is good. The fish is buzzing for a great flood. He's like, mate, I am sorted.
It's all right. Noah sorts that out.
But it's like, come on. I'll protect the fish from a flood that is basically just massive wave of water What, fish living?
Yeah, I know, but it's a lot. It's like they get chucked about a bit and that, so you don't want
that. Manu takes care of the fish, which is really an incarnation of Vishnu.
Oh.
And when it is grown, it saves him from the floods so that he can repopulate the earth. The heroine Savitri, whose story is told in the Mahabharata, symbolizes love that defeats even death. She persuades Yama, the lord of death, to release her husband from death.
Yama.
So that's sort of the rough aspects of the Hindu gods, I'll say.
Yeah.
Granted, half of it did not make sense in the fucking slightest.
No.
But if it somehow interested you, please feel free to look it up yourself. Or if I've absolutely butchered it,
please let us know.
Please let us know that. That's the difficulty with the mythologies that we don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Is we can't say, like, when it comes to Norse and Greek,
we'll be sorted.
We'll know whether it's bollocks or if it's facts.
Yeah.
With these ones, we haven't got a clue.
Nah.
So we do apologise if there are people that follow Hindu mythology or Hindu religion as a whole.
Yeah, because I know for a fact that with Hindus, they don't eat beef, do they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Muslims is pork, isn't it?
Yeah, Hindus don't eat beef because they see cows as sacred animals.
Right.
I remember that from Big Bang Theory. So, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the only things I do know. But Josh slightly mentioned him, but talk about Shiva, who's known as the Destroyer within the Trimurti, the Hindu Trinity, which also includes Brahma and Vishnu. In Shaivite tradition, Shiva is the supreme lord who creates and protects and transforms the universe. In the goddess-orientated Shakta tradition, the supreme goddess Devi is regarded as the energy and creative power Shakti and the equal complementary partner of Shiva. Shiva is one of the 5 equivalent deities in Pankayatana Puja in the Smarta tradition of Hinduism. Shiva has many aspects: benevolent.
There you go.
Benevolent. Benevolent.
There you go.
As well as fearsome. Benevolent. Benevolent.
There you go.
There we go. Fuck's sake. Aspects. He is depicted as an omniscient yogi and lives an ecstatic life on Mount Kailash, as well as a householder with his wife Parvati, and his 2 children, Ganesh and Kartikeya, which we'll get into Ganesh a bit later on. In his fierce aspects, he is known to depict the slaying demons. Shiva is also known as the first yogi, regarded as the patron god of yoga, meditation, and the arts. The iconographical attributes of Shiva are the serpent king Vasuki round his neck, the adorned crescent moon, the holy river Ganga.
Holy river Ganga. Every Jamaican says just went. Mum, I'm glad I needed to go there now. It's right, I can say it, I'm part Jamaican.
Yeah, same. Flowing from his matted hair, the third eye on his forehead, the eye that turns everything in front of it into ashes when open, the trishula or trident as his weapon, and the Namaru. He is usually worshipped in an aniconic form of lingam. Shiva has pre-Vedic roots, and the figure of Shiva evolved as an amalgamation.
I love how you can say that quite fluently, but you can't say benevolent.
Yeah, fuck off. Of various older non-Vedic and Vedic deities, including the Rig-Vedic storm god Rudra, who may also have non-Vedic origins. Into a single major deity, Shiva is a pan-Hindu deity revered widely by Hindus in India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia, especially in Java and Bali.
See, when you say Shiva, I just instantly think of the tiger from Walking Dead. I can't help it.
Oh no, I think of her from Mortal Kombat.
Which one was Shiva in Mortal Kombat?
She was the white-haired one. Weren't she like Thingy's wife? Was it Shao Kahn? Shao Kahn's wife? Shiva? I feel like.
I think I know which one you mean.
Yeah, she got yeah. The Shiva-related tradition is a major part of Hinduism found all over the Indian subcontinent. Shiva has pre-Vedic tribal roots, having his origins in primitive tribes, signs and symbols. The figure of Shiva, as he is known today, is an amalgamation of various older deities into a single figure due to the process of Sanskritization? I don't know.
Yeah, run with it.
Yeah. And the emergence of the Hindu synthesis in post-Vedic times. How the persona of Shiva converged as a composite deity is not well documented. A challenge to trace and has attached but speculation. According to Vijayanath, Vishnu and Shiva began to absorb countless local cults and deities within their folds. The latter were either taken to represent the multiple facets of the same god, or else were supposed to denote different forms and appellations by which the god came to be known and worshipped. Shiva became identified with countless local cults by the sheer suffixing of Isa or Isvara to the name of the local deity.
What?
Yeah, I know.
We do apologise.
Yeah, we're butchering this, boy. Like I said earlier, Shiva had a third eye. Shiva is often depicted with a third eye with which he burned desire, or karma, to ashes, called Tirambakam, which occurs in many scriptural sources. In classical Sanskrit, the word ambaka denotes an eye, and in Mahabharata, Shiva is depicted as three-eyed. Sorry. So this name is sometimes translated as having three eyes. However, in Vedic Sanskrit, the word Amba or Ambika means mother, and this early meaning of the word is the basis of the translation three mothers. These three mother goddesses, who are collectively called the Ambikas. Other related translations have been based on the idea that the name actually refers to the oblations given to Rudra, which according to some traditions was shared with the goddess Ambika. Crescent moon. Shiva bears on his head the crescent moon. The placement of the moon on his head as a standard iconographic feature dates to the period when Rudra rose to prominence and became the major deity Rudra Shiva. The origin of this linkage may be due to the identification of the moon with Soma, and there is a hymn in the Rig Veda where Soma and Rudra are joint implored, and in later literature Soma and Rudra came to be identified as with one another, as was Soma and the moon. Ashes. Shiva iconography shows his body covered with ashes. The ashes represent a reminder that all material existed is impermanent, comes to an end becoming ash, and the pursuit of eternal self and spiritual liberation is important. Matted hair. Shiva's distinctive hairstyle is noted in efforts Jatin, the one with matted hair, and Kapadan, endowed with matted hair, or wearing his hair wound in a braid like in a shell-like fashion. A kapada is a cowrie shell, or a braid of hair in the form of a shell, or more generally hair that is shaggy or curly. Blue throat. Since Shiva drank the halala poison churned from the Samudra Manthana to eliminate its destructive capacity, shocked by his act, Pavarati squeezed his neck and stopped it in his neck to prevent it from spreading all over the universe, supposed to be in Shiva's stomach. However, the poison was so potent that it changed the colour of its neck to blue. This attribute indicates that that one can become Shiva by swallowing the worldly poisons in terms of abuses and insults with equanimity while blessing those who give them. Meditating yogi is iconography often shows him in a yoga pose, meditating sometimes on the symbolic Himalayan Mount Kailasha as a lord of yoga. Sacred Ganga or Ganja or whatever. Bearer of the river. The Ganga flows from the matted hair of Shiva. The Ganga, or I'm pretty sure it's meant to be like Ganges or something.
Yeah.
One of the major rivers of the country is said to have made her abode in Shiva's hair. Tiger skin. Shiva is often shown seated upon tiger skin. Vasuki. Shiva is often shown garlanded with the serpent Vasuki. Vasuki is the second king of the Nagas, which I did mention on the Buddhist.
Which we did say they are quite linked.
Yeah, they are very linked in a lot of ways. The first being Vishnu's Mount Shesha. According to a legend, Vasuki was blessed by Shiva and worn by him as an ornament after Samudra Mantana. Trident. Shiva typically carries a trident called Trishula. The trident is a weapon or a symbol in different Hindu texts. As a symbol, the Trishul represents Shiva's three aspects of creator, preserver, and destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, it represents the equilibrium of three gunas, of Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. A drum. A small drum shaped like an hourglass is known as a damaru. This is one of the attributes of Shiva in his famous dance representation, known as a Nataraja. A specific hand gesture, mudra, called Damaru Hasta, Sanskrit for Damaru hand, is used to hold the drum. This drum is particularly used as an emblem by members of the Kapalika sect. It has an axe and deer are held in Shiva's hands in Odisha and South Indian icons. Rosary beads, which I think is a bit mad because I swear that's for Catholic.
Yeah.
He is garlanded or carries a string of rosary beads in his right hand, typically made of Rudraska. This symbolises grace, mendicant life, and meditation.
This Donny ain't half got a lot on him.
Yeah, he's fucking packing. Nandi is the name of the bull that serves as Shiva's mount. Shiva's association with cattle was reflected in his name, Pashupati, translated by Sharma as Lord of Cattle, and by Cranbridge as Lord of Animals, who notes that it's particularly used as a fear of Rudra. So I think that's why cows are seen as sacred.
Right.
Mount Kailash in the Himalayas is a traditional abode in Hindu mythology. Mount Kailash, or Kailash, is conceived as resembling a linga, representing the centre of the universe. A Gana. The Ganas are attendants of Shiva and live in Kailash. They are often referred to as the Bhutangas, or Bhuganas, or ghostly hosts on account of their nature, generally benign, except when their lord is transgressed against. They are often invoked to intercede with the Lord on behalf of the devotee. His son Ganesh was chosen as their leader by Shiva, hence Ganesh title, Lord of the Ganas. And we'll get to Ganesh at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Got to save the best till last.
Yeah, the boy.
Varanasi. Varanasi is considered to be the city especially loved by Shiva, and is one of the holiest places in the pilgrimage in India. It is referred to in religious contexts as Kashi.
Right.
So that is Shiva and his fucking backpack dreams. Fucking hell.
God, that Donny ain't half
No wonder he's always depicted having loads of fucking arms, because you need that many just to hold on to all his gear. Jesus Christ. The next one I want to talk about is Kali. And if I have heard of Kali, and it's meant to be not evil, but like misunderstood, shall we say.
Yeah, I just think of the Great Kali. That's probably why he was named that, in all fairness.
Yeah, but Kali's a woman. In the eyes of Westerners, Kali is a goddess, dark of mind, body and soul, a mysterious goddess of death and destruction. However, her story is far more complex and far-reaching. She cannot be easily fitted into a typical Western narrative of good versus evil, and in fact transcends both. It is likely that Kali's origins begin, as do the origins of most divine figures, with tribal folklore deeply rooted in the history of humankind. The name Kali first appears in the Atharva Veda, a collection of hymns and mantras published between 1200 BC and 1000 BC. However, she is not a goddess, but rather a fierce black-tongued one of 7 belonging to Agni, the god of fire. It is another 400 years before Kali is described as an individual in her own right. When she appears around 600 CE in the Devi Mahatmya as a battlefield goddess personifying the wrath of Durga. Her aspect at the time is terrible. A skeletal and frightening crone, coloured black, wearing animal skins and carrying a katvanga, the skull-top staff associated with tribal shamans. Other texts of the period associate her beginnings with Shiva. The Linga Purana, which is 500 to 1000 CE,
Sorry to cut you off. What the hell does CE mean? I've heard of AD and I've heard of BC, but
I think it means the same as AD.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty sure.
Let us know.
Describes how Shiva asks his wife Parvati to defeat the demon Daruka, whom only a female can kill. Parvati merges with Shiva, reappears as Kali, and does the deed, but at a terrible cost. Her bloodlust becomes uncontrollable.
Brilliant.
Only calming when Shiva intervenes. The Vamana Purana, which is 900 to 1100 CE, has a different version when Shiva addresses Parvati as Kali, the Black One. She is affronted and performs certain atrocities to lose her dark complexion, ultimately generating Kali as a separate entity. Kali is often associated with Shiva. Her very name is the feminine form of Kala, the epithet of Shiva, thus trying her to inexcribably to him. Whatever. She is regarded as a power of Shiva, and he her consort. She is closely linked with him in many of the Puranas when she appears in these rites beside Shiva. She plays an opposite role of that of Parvati. While Parvati soothes Shiva, neutralizing his destructive tendencies, Kali actively provokes and encourages him. Go on, dude. It's the whole angel devil thing, isn't it?
She's one of us.
Yeah. It is never Kali who tames Shiva, but Shiva who must calm Kali. In her earliest appearances, Kali was frequently associated with violent endeavours on the battlefields of the gods. In one legendary battle with the demon Raktabja, she is manifested by Durga to deal with the situation that has gotten badly out of hand. Every drop of blood spilled by the wounded Raktabja becomes a deadly fighting clone, but Kali turns the battle around and defeats him by draining his blood before it touches the ground, then devours his replicas. In this story, she is brought into play when decisive action is required, when dark deeds must be matched with dark deeds, when resolve must be shown. Attributes not always associated in the West with the archetypal woman. Fucking Jesus, man. In another story, Kali is summoned by a group of criminals who decide to sacrifice a human to her image in order to gain her favour. They unwisely choose a young Brahmin monk of upstanding character. However, his saintliness shines so brightly that her statue is scorched in his presence. She manifests but proceeds to horribly kill her erstwhile worshippers by decapitating them and drinking their blood. Here, Kali demonstrates her refusal to be controlled by those who think they understand her, and her triumph over the attributes of ignorance and evil, as well as the absolute impartiality of her nature. While Kali was well integrated into the Vedic and Orthodox Hindu tradition from the first, she also developed a parallel relationship with Tantra. Tantric teachings are a collection of ancient magical stories and folk practices that exist alongside the Vedic tradition, and could be considered to hold to the wild tribal origins of Kali more faithfully than the Vedic. One of the meaning of Kali's name is force of time. In this aspect, she is considered to stand outside of the constraints of space-time and have no permanent qualities. She existed before the universe was created and will continue to exist after the universe ends. Limitations of the physical world, such as colour, light, good and bad, do not apply to Kali. She is a symbol of Mother Nature herself, primordial, creative, nurturing and devouring in turn, but ultimately loving and benevolent. I fucking hate that word. I've lost it. Hang on. In the aspect of goodness, she is referred to as Kali Ma, Mother Kali, or Divine Mother, and many millions of Hindus revere and worship her in this form. In tantric meditation, Kali's dual nature leads practitioners to simultaneously face the beauty of life and the reality of death, with the understanding that one cannot exist without the other. It is worth noting that Shiva, in his role of the destroyer of worlds, also stands outside the boundaries of the physical universe and is well complemented by his association with Kali. I quite like that, you know. Like, they say like how bad Kali is, drinking blood and all this bollocks, but also like she is good, like as well. She creates life and takes it away, because it's like the yin and yang. Yeah, you know, it's good and evil. It's just how it is. Yeah, you know, you can't
trying to keep a balance, sort of thing, instead of just being overpowered on one end, sort of thing.
Exactly, because they like being like Mother Nature, like bringing life, like animals or whatever, into the world. But there's also like she created the predators to eat there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like to create the circle of life. That's quite beautiful when you think of it like that. Kali's worship was not always so benign. From the 14th century to the 19th century, a cult group called the Thuggee, from the Hindu word to deceive, was operating at will in India. Her hereditary sect, Thuggee membership, was passed from father to son, although outsiders, particularly criminals, could be recruited if found worthy, or might end up as a victim if not. During its peak, the group is believed to have thousands of followers, and during the 600 years of its operations, its members are estimated to have killed anywhere between 500,000 and 2 million people.
Fucking hell!
Thuggees probably traced their origin to the Battle of Kali against Raktabja, and consider themselves her children, created from her sweat. Pandering to the fiercest aspects of Kali and her requirement for death, destruction and human sacrifice, the Thuggee believed that they were doing Kali's sacred work, although it should be noted that they had no hesitation in also robbing their victims. The British finally wiped out the Thuggees in the mid-19th century, and the cult of religious stranglers ceased to exist except in myth and folklore.
Big up the British.
See, we did do some good when you was part of the Empire.
No, we owned your country and everything. Yeah, come on.
You know, we got rid of them buggers.
Yeah. Can't have your cake and eat it. Take one.
God, the Thuggee are said to have had their female equivalent in a sect of tantrists who held that it was through constant indulgence in gluttony of the senses and the 5 recognised vices: drinking of wine, eating of meat and fish, performance of mystical gesticulations and sexual indulgence, that a human could achieve purification of the soul and all-embracing union with Kali. It is difficult to discover any concrete information about this group of women, their name, the extent of which they practiced in India, whether they were associated with the Thuggee cult, and whether they died out or continue to exist within the many tantric sects extant today. Their ethos have similarities to that of the male Aghori monks of Varanasi, who inhabit cemeteries and sometimes eat human flesh as part of their rituals. Use marijuana and alcohol to meditate on top of corpses to help them reach a state of heightened awareness and bring themselves closer to Shiva, Kali's consort.
What the fuck?
Mad bastards.
What the fuck? You said monk, you just instantly think like peaceful, they don't have next to nothing. No, these Donnies are eating humans and getting off the nut.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the fuck?
I just like that. Like, they meditate on top of corpses. So it's a dead, they're sitting on dead people.
Just with a joint in the hand and a bottle of whiskey, just...
It could be worse.
What the fuck?
Oh, dear. Right, that is as far as I'm going to go with Kali.
That has baffled me, that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
How mad is that? So now, we've got to bring on...
the boy.
The big boy. That is Ganesh. Everyone knows who Ganesh is. He's the elephant god.
Yeah.
Hang on.
That's right, turns out he's like actually the most boring.
No. It's pretty... Hang on.
So that's all I remember from school is like going into like RE or whatever, which was religious education. And there was always a picture of Ganesh on the wall. And you just think that Donnie is cool. Multiple arms and an elephant head. What more do you need?
Right, hang on. Let's say Lord Ganesh is one of the most popular and important Hindu deities. Ganesh is the son of Lord Shiva and the goddess Parvati. The god Ganesh is depicted with the following features: an elephant's head and a human body, 4 hands, his fourth hand is held up to offer his protection and blessing, 1 broken and 1 unbroken tusk represent the imperfection and perfection in the world. Ganesh is often depicted alongside a mouse. Ganesh is believed to use the evil mouse as a mount after defeating it in a fight. This is also one of the reasons he is known as the remover of obstacles. A large belly that represents the entire universe within him. Red, orange or yellow colours.
That's what we're saying next time. Someone's like, oh, Josh, you fat fuck. Actually, I'm representing the universe. Shut your mouth.
I've basically got the universe inside my
belly.
Yeah. It's a nice way of putting it. Like it's all bought and paid for, isn't it? Known as the remover of obstacles and the lord of beginnings, Hindus pray to Ganesh when they are embarking on something for the first time, believed to bestow wisdom and good fortune. Ganesh is also the god of wisdom, success, good luck, travelling and transition. The god Ganesh is one of the main and most important Hindu gods. Ganesh is so well known and one of the most recognisable Hindu deities outside of India, due to his depiction as having an elephant head and human body. Ganesh is so popular and one of the most beloved Hindu deities as he is believed to bring good fortune and protection whilst embarking on something new. Like many of the Hindu gods, Ganesh has superhuman strength and stamina. Ganesh isn't immortal, but has a magical long life. Hang on. Alright. There are many different stories about this birth of Ganesh. Most state that Ganesh was created by the goddess Parvati. Whilst taking a bath, Parvati took some turmeric paste and created a human form from it and brought it to life. Parvati then instructed her new son to guard the gates while she bathed. Madness, eh?
Just chilling in the bath. Mate, kids. Right, go fucking watch the door, will you?
Yeah. Upon Lord Shiva's return from the mountains, he was outraged by Ganesh preventing him from entering the house. Lord Shiva called for demons to fight with the young Ganesh. This is how Ganesh lost his head. He did actually have a normal human head. Parvati then emerged from the house and was devastated by what had happened. Revealing that Ganesh was in fact their son, Shiva brought the boy back to life and found a new head for him. He sent his bull, Nandi, to retrieve the head of a creature. Nandi brought back the head of an elephant.
How did you get that then?
Shiva placed the head of the elephant on the boy and brought him back to life. Parvati then asked the gods to bless her son and so he became the god Ganesh, god of wisdom and good fortune. The elephant represents wisdom and knowledge. Therefore, Ganesh became the remover of obstacles, just like the elephant.
Yeah.
They want it moved, they fucking move it.
Oh, yeah.
Ganesh,
they always say, like, lions are the king of the jungle. Nah. Elephants are the dons.
Either elephants or hippos.
Or hippos. Well, I think hippos are like the fucking assholes.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck.
No. But elephant, it's just like, you look at them and you're like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Fuck starting on one of them.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Did you know as well, like, a lot of elephants that are, I wouldn't say tame, but are like used to human contact, they see us as how we see puppies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why they're a bit like cutesy with us, because they see us like how we see puppies.
Oh, that's actually quite sweet.
It is mad, isn't it?
Like, how can anyone hate an elephant? Seriously, they're so cool.
They are mad.
Just don't fucking go near one.
Yeah, just leave them alone. The god Ganesh is worshipped in Jainism and Buddhism. Ganesh has a reputation for greediness, enjoying sweet treats known as modakas. Ganesh's large belly represents generosity in the entire universe. The four arms of Ganesh represent mind, intellect, ego, and conscience. The god Ganesh is often depicted wearing red and yellow. These colours symbolise purity, peace, and activity. Ganesh's brother is Lord Kartik, the Hindu god of war. The god Ganesh was the original writer of the Hindu epic Mahabharata. Gotta love a bit of Ganesh.
He's the boy.
Yeah.
He is the boy. Like I said, growing up, that's all you remember is just seeing a big poster of him, and you're like, he's cool.
Thing is, like, I completely forgot that he had four arms.
Did you?
I used to think he was just quite like a normal person, but with an elephant. But no, yeah.
I remember him having four arms and just an elephant's head, but like I said, can't remember. We did learn about him.
Yeah.
But I can't remember a single thing about him.
No.
At all.
No, I can't. Let's say.
I didn't realise he had his head cut off in that.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that.
Do you?
I do vaguely remember that. That's why when I was trying to look for my notes and everything, I thought like he did have a human head for a start.
Yeah.
I thought, and then
he just got it carved off
by his own dad.
Yeah, a bit harsh, isn't it?
I just think it's funny. Like the dad went to his bull, go and find another head.
I want to know how the hell the bull got an elephant head.
Yeah, let's give your head.
Saw a pack of lions eating an elephant. It's like, excuse me, mate, you're gonna have the head. It's like, can I just take that? Cheers, boss.
Yeah. Here you go. I meant a human head.
Well, you didn't specify.
Yeah. Oh, this will have to do. She might not notice.
Fuck's sake. Just constantly looking at him going, something off with you. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
You look a bit different.
Fucking hell.
Oh dear. Gives the title Elephant Man a whole different meaning there, doesn't it?
I'd rather look like the Ganesh than the Elephant Man.
I'm not an animal. I am a human being.
Don't disrespect, brother, but you're fucking not.
Oh, he's dead. John Merrick. If you don't know who the Elephant Man is, well, we'll have to cover him at some point.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah. But
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
that is pretty much a rundown of Hindu mythology.
Yep.
And that, like, including a couple of gods and the Holy Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
So I always remember Vishnu as well, like you said.
That name just sticks out for some reason.
Yeah. But no, so it's quite an interesting mythology. Let's say if we went deep on it, it'd take us like 3 weeks to get good notes.
Yeah,
it'd be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
so because we'd have to go analytic, wouldn't we? Because there's so many, like, reading that, like, there were so many different texts and everything like that, what you go off. It's not like we're Muslim, like they've had the Quran and that has never changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it seems like it's been changing so often
as time's gone on, and it's just like, well, what's, for lack of a better word, what's the truth of it?
Yeah, what's like the best, well, either the original or the best concept of it all. So, but yeah,
it's a bit of a mad one. I still can't get over them fucking weed smoking, whiskey drinking many in Donnies.
Yeah, mad.
And then monks. They're called monks, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like I say, it's a cult, and they they worship Kali, who's like, I would say bad, quite well known.
He
to
sounds a bit of an asshole.
She,
sorry.
Well, yeah, but like we said, she's the good.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of the other Donnie. Who was the knobhead? Vishnu? Was Vishnu the knobhead?
None of them are.
He cut his son's head off.
Oh, fucking Shiva?
Shiva, that's the one. Shiva. Yeah. He's a knobhead, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, he is like, I think he is meant to be like the destroyer.
Yeah, true. He's living up to the word.
Yeah, he's yin to Vishnu's yang.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
It's an interesting mythology.
Yeah,
but it's a bit bad as well.
It's just.
I mean, in all fairness, every mythology is fucking mad.
Oh yeah, but it's just I think with Hindu, it's just how it intertwines and it changes.
Yeah,
you could get confused really fast.
You said about one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but you said like they had poison in their tongue, like in their throat, and it was blue, and apparently the universe was inside the stomach.
Yeah, that was.
So is that why the sky's blue?
A Shiva, maybe.
That's actually the poison.
Yeah. So the sky's poison.
Yeah.
Global warming for the win. Joking. It's that happening. Everyone's just going out buying fucking great big trucks. Setting
every time it rains, they're like, "Oh fuck, it's leaking!"
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
But no, yeah, and I think a lot of them they do coincide as well. Like it seemed like. With Shiva and Kali, like they pretty much were the same kind. Used to do the same kind of things. They used to G each other up. And go on. You're gonna destroy that. Yeah,
you're gonna do it.
I bet you won't do it. Yeah, I bet you won't do it. But yeah, I'm about done with it.
Yeah. Like we said, we say it all the time, but we never mean to upset anybody that does believe in this or follow it. We hope we've done it somewhat justice, but like we said, it's that difficult to find stuff, like you said, that is concrete. This is facts to go down sort of thing.
I think we've done better on this than we did with Buddhists.
Oh yeah, Buddhists we annihilated. Honestly. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I think we've done all right on this one. Compared, anyway.
But Ed, what have we got next week?
Next week, I'm actually quite buzzing for.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm actually quite buzzing for. It's the last one. It's the last one, isn't it?
Of the Asian section.
Of the Asian mythology. And it is Japanese mythology.
Yep.
So, if you know me, I love all samurais and shit like that. So, this is going to be... I'm going to really enjoy this one.
Yeah, 100%.
Really enjoy this one. But yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do on it yet. But
no, not a clue. But
I've got a few ideas. I've got a couple of ideas of what I'm brewing up, but we'll see.
Decent.
So, Josh.
Yep.
No, it's my
it's
first
you, isn't it?
No. Oh, my God. You've been doing this for nearly 2 years. You think I'll get used to it by now? You can find us on Facebook, which is Mr. Mysteries in Black and White. It is a group, and we will accept you to it.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us on Instagram, which is Mr. Mysteries _ like the actual underscore line thing. You can follow us on Twitter, which is Mr. Mysteries 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us on TikTok, which we do upload every week.
Mm-hmm.
We need to upload more, I feel like.
Yeah. It's just trying to find the content to upload.
Yeah, you know that is the thing. But yeah, we do upload on there every week, which is Mr. Mysteries 10. We've got... so they're them four. You can email us, and that could be with sightings of cryptids, of ghosts, UFOs, anything creepy, anything like... absolutely anything like that, anything mystical, I don't fucking know. But yeah, you could use it for that. You can email us your theories on different things, because let's say, as well as the main podcast, we have On the Hunt and our Reacts.
Yep.
On the Hunt comes out on Wednesdays,
yep,
and our Reacts comes out on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get involved with different things, what's been happening in the world, which we'll cover on the Hunt, or videos, which we'll then react to on our Reacts one.
Yeah.
Obvious. So, yeah, any theories for us to do on there, or just theories and anything that you just want to have a chat with us.
Yeah.
So sightings, theories. You could do, what's the word? I'll say it every week.
You can do it.
Criticisms.
There you go.
There we go. We're getting there. God, my mind is blank, mate. It's because I've had too much sleep, I think. Criticisms of the podcast, so that could be things that you don't agree with or anything like that. We don't take it personal. Well, we try not to anyway.
No.
As long as you don't start calling us pricks or anything like that, then we're like, all right, fuck yourself. You can send us praise, which we prefer. So you can be like, oh, you enjoy this one, or you like how we are. I can't see why not.
No.
Hopefully, anyway. Right, yeah, so the sightings, theories, criticisms, praise. Anything else?
I think that's about it.
About it for the email, isn't it?
For the email, yeah.
And that is mrmysteries@outlook.com. God bless you if you got through that. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, and that YouTube.
There we go.
Fuck it. I've had too much sleep.
I was thinking, he'll get it.
This is what happens when I'm not at work. My whole mind's on holiday mode. Like, it's gone. Yeah, you can follow our YouTube, which is easiest to find on our Facebook page. We have the links to everything on there.
Yeah.
On there, like I say, we have the main podcast. So you can actually see our mugs. Hello. And on the Hunt series, which we talk about recent events and anything we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And also our reacts is where we find videos on YouTube, TikTok, anything like that, where it could be something to do with us. So it could be ghost things, it could be cryptid things, it could be UFO stuff, demons, whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything. Conspiracies, absolutely anything. What is to do with us.
Yeah. And if there's a certain video you want us to react to, please drop a comment on the YouTube or email, whatever. Literally just send it.
DM us.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I think that's covered me. Josh, where can you find to listen to us?
You can listen to us
Thank God
on
it's not me.
Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Podchaser, Player FM, and iHeartRadio.
Fantastic. Well, obviously you are listening to us.
Yeah, but if you fancy listening on another platform, feel free.
Or like I say, if you want to actually see us, you can follow us on YouTube.
Exactly.
Or TikTok.
Yeah. Or both.
Or both. Actually, yeah, do
Treat
both.
yourself.
Fucking do it. Oh, God. Let's end this, Josh, because I'm about to have a stroke, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
thank you very much for watching or listening or both, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Happy hunting.